I think that is the question which we have, because if you don't answer it, then we are talking about, despite the number that you have put, and if the base that we are working with is still 2021 of the audited financial year, then you will still find that the money that goes to counties, even in the figure that you have presented, is still reducing. When we're talking about strictly shareable revenue, it is constantly reducing, while the national government is constantly increasing. So then the danger with this, as a young person looking at where our country is, then the danger with it is that then, yes, we cannot have a vibrant, holistic conversation around this fiscal consolidation conversation that we need to have as a country. Because then you are going to limit yourself on, we are cutting on our side, we are doing wrong things on our side, you are doing wrong things on our side, let's have this conversation that way. But if we look at it from functionality of these county governments and what they can and they can't do, then when you meet this committee, because it's a very able committee, and I'm very unhappy today that the chair is not here and Onyonka is not here in person and Fak is not here in person, those are honorable senators, then we will have pushed ourselves in the same partnership conversation that we have had with the Treasury. And Albert, you know this. Paul, you could tell the CS. We could have pushed ourselves to have a very hard conversation on where are the gaps in this country that are causing us to have this physical constraint. The first, honestly, is the issue of that deficit at national level. When the CS, the former CS, was sitting on the same seat you are sitting there, and the budget policy statement of the previous year was presented, this particular committee insisted to the CS on some areas where we thought very critically, and some of them the has talked to, that the deficit was coming from, that ought to have been considered and be reduced. That conversation is missing on this physical consolidation conversation. Senator Boni has tried to invite you on a conversation on the structural elements of our taxes and our taxation. And I'm actually glad that I saw the other day you were initiating a conversation around it on why we should cut some corporate taxes. But even those tiers of taxes, we invited the Treasury on a conversation on how we should be able to rethink our taxation to allow for more to come on the loop. That conversation is missing on this fiscal consolidation because we are obsessed with this issue of this 20 billion. We are talking about the issue of leakages and wastage in government. And we are only focused on KRA, but we also know very well that there are procurement officers in this government that constantly are inflating very serious expenses in government to the tune of 300 billion. That we're trying to look for in this particular physical consolidation, it is missing. We're talking about the same procurement officers whereby you find that even among real estate agents today, if you look at developers who are doing serious buildings and any other development things in this country, they are running single accounts for multiple projects in this county that does not allow for serious money circulation in the economy that can be able to help with this physical consolidation. A number of legislative pieces that could come in this for physical consolidation is missing because we are obsessed with this conversation about whataboutism. Bwana CS, the 20 billion for county government that we're fighting over should not be touched. If we are willing to have a serious conversation about how we approach this fiscal consolidation with this committee, our chair can guide on that and perhaps we can come into that conversation. But I am not convinced, scientifically, I am not convinced by the National Treasury why this 20 billion must be reduced in the wake of what I've presented clearly, the non-discretionary commitments that half of them, it is not the county government that committed to. Half of them, it is the national government that made the counties commit to. Kites, The national government made the counties commit to the 11.7 billion we're talking about. The CBA agreement, the national government made the counties commit to. The community health promoters, the national government made the counties commit to. And we cannot go back and tell today community health promoters who have volunteered through sweat and blood for over 5 years in this country. We can't go and tell them that their money is not there because the government does not have money. In a place where leakages are mounting to 300 billion. If we go with a classical case that has been said by the executive, that 1 billion is lost in this country every single day. So can we have a sober conversation about a proper approach to fiscal consolidation that makes sense policy-wide than just being able to come with this arbitrary number, 20 billion from counties?
Thank you so much, Senator.